Well, this is the little guy that had all the fleas, and he sleeps on a bed right in front of, let me zoom in, the little, well, it's like a half Lukowski coil. It's a portable version, I guess you call it, but he don't have no fleas. I haven't seen any fleas on this guy ever in months. Since I ran the 2,750 flea frequency via Spooky remote, and I'm having a hard time believing it worked. Right, guy? You're a good cat now. It's just that you're difficult to pick up unless they scrunch your fur in the back, and but otherwise you're like a little puppy, right? Anyway, I'm going to discuss this real quick, but he's the guy that had all the fleas when I got him, and I was using all kinds of stuff. I'll show you, and they never. I can't believe it. I can't believe that thing worked. I heard something, I saw something on the internet about 2,750 flea frequency, and you ain't got no fleas anymore, do you, Rocky, huh? Not even one. Not even seen one for months and months and months. Oh, basically, I'll show you this generator. All I did was I stuck some fleas in, I took 5 of them, and I put them in the, what do you call it, the masking tape, and put them between the two things here. Then I turned the generator on, 2,750, and I never sprayed for them anymore, and a few days later they were gone. How's that? Anyway, I was using this stuff. Like, I was buying a double pack of this every week for a couple months, and you know, it's got like 3 different ways to kill it. Now I haven't even used it. I mean, I got another can of that stuff too. I was buying that every week, and I'm like, I couldn't get rid of these fleas. And I'm like, and I don't want to spray the cat himself, you know, so I'm spraying where he's laying and flea powder, and I'm like, and I went on the internet, and I saw somebody used a plasma device for their dog or their cat at 2,750. And I says, you know, that makes sense, but I'm thinking, would the remote work? And I'm thinking, well, I'll give it a try. But I wanted to, like, really test it. So what I did was I put the fleas in there, and I did the frequency of 2,750. And I didn't spray anything. And 3 days later, I think it was maybe a week before there wasn't any. You wouldn't even see one. But it was like, it was like within 3 days they're basically gone. And I'm having a hard time believing this. Really, I definitely am having a hard time believing this remote thing works that good. Actually, right now I'm running 2 other generators on myself. One's running Spectrum Sweep, and I've been running Spectrum Sweep for the last 101 hours. And what is that? That's like 8, I don't know, how many days is that anyway? It's like a week or something. You know, 2, 4, 6, I don't know, whatever. 96 hours is 4 days, right? So it's over 4 days. And I can't tell it's doing anything to me, or good or bad. You know, I mean, I'm indifferent to it. Maybe I'm pretty healthy. Maybe I don't have too many microbes. I don't know. But I probably don't, because I use zappers left and right, and I have been running other frequencies on Spooky. But I'm having a hard time believing this thing actually worked on the cat. And I don't know when I put that other video out, I'll link back to it, and I was like, I called it the Flea experimental flea death ray for killing the fleas that are on the cats. And you put the fleas in the between the remote layers, and it, now the fleas outside weren't affected, they were still outside. But I heard that what it does is it gets the fleas that are kind of all related to each other. It doesn't get all the fleadom in the world, you know what I mean? That's what I heard anyway. But it's some weird stuff, man. I'm having a hard, I'm seeing some things and I'm thinking it works with this remote. I tried the eyesight to improve, and normally I have eyesight fatigue, sometimes, especially if I don't get a lot of sleep. and I was running this, just repeating it over and over and over again. It was like a few frequencies on a remote, and I was downtown, and my eyesight was like really strong and really good. And I was like, normally I'm taking these magnifying glasses with me sometimes because my eyes get tired. I'll use them. I wasn't using them. I was holding like tax forms out arm's length. But I'm having a hard time believing this, to tell you the truth, because it's too space age and Star Trek. But, it's going to really prove it if there's a lot, because I know there's some people that kind of believe anything, and, I don't know. I know, like, you could say it was a coincidence that I was spraying for a couple months, but every time I didn't spray, I was gone for the day, and I didn't spray, I sprayed for the fleas in the morning. By the time I came back, or in the early evening, they'd be all over the place again. As soon as I ran this, and those things are hard to get rid of, man. Like I said, I was buying a double thing of this. So it's 3, like for the larvae, I don't know what the hell it is. It's like 3 different ways it kills them. The adults, the larvae, and something else. I don't know what it is. And all over the place. And I was doing this for a couple months. And I was like, man, this cat, I was getting pissed off because the people who had, when I was supposedly taking care of the cat, before I had him, wasn't taking care of him very good, And so I was like, I just wanted to try something crazy, I says, what the hell? Maybe I saw this thing about guy used a plasma device, but the plasma device makes more sense to me because it kind of puts the frequency out a few feet from the plasma device or 2 feet away or something. That makes more sense. The remote, I don't know. I'm having a hard time. Even though I'm seeing it's working in some ways, with the eyesight thing, I thought worked good. It's way too Star Trek-ish because I'm not into this kind of stuff too much. To me, it gets a little, I'm too, show me I'm from Missouri, but I don't want to knock it because I'm actually using the devices, and I'm like, I'm having a hard time believing this thing. I guess maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work as good as plasma or contact, but I bet you it seemed to work on them fleas. And I says, wow. So, if anybody wants to try this, if they can catch some fleas on their dog or their cat, and you stick them in the masking tape, and you put them in the remote thing, in 2750. Like I says, I think it only gets the fleas that are related to each other, It doesn't get them all outside, because they were still outside. And, but I'm just going to give you an update on this, because I forgot when I did that video with the flea frequency some months ago. I haven't seen one flea in months. And that guy, he sleeps on my bed, man, in front of that Lakowski coil. He better not have no fleas. And he don't have none. He's got nothing on him. None. So, hard to believe myself. It is. I have to admit, I'm having a hard time believing this, but it seems like it's there. It's, I really like to see if other people could actually say, yeah, it worked. Especially non-believers. I'm more like, I got to test the theory, but I'd like to see it from like, a lot of people say, yeah, it worked. But then that gives you more proof that spooky remote works for real. I'm having it because I don't really, I'm running Spectrum Sweep right now, and I'm like, I don't know, I probably don't have any microbes to kill for all I know. Maybe I do so many different things. I mean, I probably don't have any microbes left. That's why I'm probably not getting a reaction from it. But anyway, over and out. I figured to give you an update on the cat flea zapping thing. And it's like there hasn't been one flea in months. And I don't know. And as people ain't gonna believe it. I have a hard time believing it, but I think it really worked.